Hey, MecKidz. I'm gonna pass the phone to someone who sent crumble cookie to my house to celebrate the birthday of one of the members of my family.
I'm passing the phone to someone who makes me home-cooked meals because they know I do not enjoy cooking.
I'm passing the phone to someone who has never once said no to one of my crazy video ideas.
I'm gonna pass this here telephone off to the lass who explained the Bible to me when I was confused.
I'm passing the phone to someone who took time to make my daughter feel extra special with a crew dance and photo.
I'm going to pass the phone to someone who farted and made me believe that it was just the sound of him closing the door.
For the record, it was the door. There it is again, that door. I'm passing the phone to somebody who helped me write an awesome story, and it was about tacos.
I'm passing the phone to someone who gives me advice so that I can plan better events.
I'm passing the phone to someone who keeps my office plant alive by watering it, fertilizing it, and even repotting it when needed.
Oh, thank you.
In the land of Canaan, Abraham and his nephew Lot lived happy and prosperous lives. Both of them had a lot of animals, servants, and possessions. They had so many donkeys, sheep, goats, camels, and cows that they ran out of pasture. It came time for both Abraham and Lot to find a new home with bigger pasture for their herds. One day, Abraham and Lot decided to climb a high mountain that overlooked the entire valley. Abraham kindly said to his nephew, "If you go to the left, I'll go right. If you go right, I'll go left." Lot looked around, and off in the distance, to the south, he saw the well-watered valley of Jordan. He also saw the city of Sodom, which at that time, he did not realize, was one of the most wicked cities in the world. But Lot didn't care. He wanted that beautiful land for himself. In the end, Lot chose the beautiful valley of Jordan and traveled away with his family, flocks, and herds. Abraham, on the other hand, went the opposite direction, each planning a new and prosperous life. When Lot and his family finally arrived in Sodom, it was much different than what they hoped for. It was an evil, sinful city with bad people. Lot and his family were the only people that served God, but they still decided to stay in that evil city. The city of Sodom was so sinful that God decided to judge it. He was going to destroy both Sodom and Gomorrah. Even though Lot was a righteous man, he had made a foolish decision by living in Sodom. It was time for him and his family to leave. God started his judgment of Sodom and Gomorrah by sending two powerful angels to help Lot and his family safely flee the city. Lot was afraid. He was hesitant to leave all his possessions, but the angels made it clear that everyone and everything in the city was going to be destroyed. As the angels were speaking with Lot, the evil people living in the city heard about it and came to Lot's house. They wanted to break down his door so they could harm them. They did not realize that these two men were angels from the Lord. Lot tried to argue with them, but the wicked men outside would not listen. At that moment, the angels sprung into action. They grabbed Lot, pulled him to safety, and faced the angry mob. Suddenly, all the wicked men were struck with blindness. They cried in terror, groping for the door and running around in a confused frenzy. "It's time to go," the angels demanded. "Grab your family and move out as fast as you can." Lot knew that they were right, even though he didn't want to go. "Don't stop. Go as fast as you can. Don't look back." Lot ran. His daughters ran. His wife ran. But then, in a moment of foolishness and longing, his wife looked back. Immediately, she was frozen into a pillar of salt. Lot was torn with sadness, but he kept running. Lot was still running by the time the sun came up. At the moment that the sun peeked over the horizon, the Lord rained down fire on the city, and in a blazing explosion of heat, smoke, and light, Sodom and Gomorrah were destroyed. Smoke billowed into the sky as the wicked cities burned to the ground, never to rise again.
Way to go, MecKidz. You all absolutely crushed it. You all donated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 521, 522, 523,
Grant,
524, 525,
okay.
526, 999, 1,000.
Grant, I'm sorry. We have got to hurry this up.
Okay, well, you all donated over 1,000 backpacks! Woo! You all absolutely crushed it. Way to go. Here's some pictures of some kids who completed the backpack drive. Woo! That's so many of you. I won't even try to say all your names. You know who you are, and you guys crushed it. Way to go, MecKidz! Woo! Wait, there's more? 1001, 1002.
Do you know what it looks like to put others before yourself? Sometimes are easier than others. Like when you're having the best day and being kind just feels easy. But sometimes it can be more difficult, especially if you didn't have a good day, or if you're trying to be kind to someone who's been unkind to you. But putting others before yourself means to be humble and selfless. Here's an example from the Bible. God made a covenant with Abraham. A covenant is like an agreement or a promise. God promised to give him a land, a huge family, and get this, that the whole world would be blessed through him, meaning Jesus was gonna come from Abraham's family line. Those are some big promises. Okay, so for Abraham to get the land that God promised, he would have to leave his home together with his nephew, Lot. And God delivered, just as he promised. And as time went by, both Abraham and Lot got more and more stuff. God gave them flocks of sheep, herds of cattle. He gave them more and more servants who lived in more and more tents. In fact, Abraham and Lot had so much stuff that they couldn't fit on the same land. There were so many people, they started fighting over where the tents should go and whose animals got to feed in which pastures. It sounds messy, right? Let's see how Abraham is going to put others before himself. So Abraham said to Lot, let's not argue with each other. After all, we're part of the same family. Let's separate. If you go to the left, I'll go to the right. If you go to the right, I'll go to the left. Did Abraham just say his nephew could pick first? Yup. So Lot did. And the land he ended up choosing, while it looked best, was actually not the best place. The people of Sodom were evil. They were sinning greatly against God. But Abraham, by being kind, ended up with the better land. Do you think Abraham was bummed out that he got stuck with the leftovers? I don't think so. Abraham was putting his nephew, Lot, before himself. But then God spoke to Abraham one more time. He said to Abraham, look to the north and the south. Look to the east and the west. All of this land will be a blessing to you and your descendants from now until forever. You see, when we put others before ourselves and take what's left over, God often has a way of blessing us because of it. I know, it's not always easy putting others before ourselves, but it's God's way of doing things. And we have to trust that when we do things God's way, it'll be a blessing to us. Here's how you can put others before yourself this week. Draw it. Draw a picture of how you can put someone else first this coming week, and then do it. I hope you have fun putting others before yourself this week. See you later.